So these are the Valencia Monza pillow top carbon seats that I'm sitting in right now. Thank you so much to Valencia for sending me these out to review. These are fantastic. I've had the Tuscany seats from them for probably 5-6 years now. I'm finally sitting in something different, and this is definitely a step up in quality. I am, as you can tell, I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'8", I weigh 175. There's tons of space for me, but I think a heavier set person, taller person, wider person will have no problem fitting comfortably in these seats. This is some premium leather here. I love the feel of it. It looks good. It feels like it'll last a while. If it's anything like the Napa leather that was inside the Tuscany seats, this is gonna hold up with pets, with kids, with yourself, food, drinks, whatever. So this is a row of 2 that you guys are seeing. This comes in at $31.99. Of course, you can get different configurations. You can get 3, 4, or 5 in a row. It has a middle armrest here. They're actually separated. If I was to move this chair over, it actually doesn't have an armrest here because you're meant to squeeze it up against the one next to you, and they share an armrest. So you can configure this how you like to. There are some really cool things that I want to talk about in these seats. It doesn't just recline and, lean back. It has some cool quirks in it. Of course, we have some armrest storage cubby holes on each armrest. We have 3 different cup holders. We even have an accessories tray here. Let me try to get this out. So you get this in the box as well, where you can put maybe a wine glass holder, a cell phone holder, a tray for your food, and then of course the cup holders are underneath them, so you can decide how you want to use your chair. So it's really nice. Let me bring you over to the buttons so you guys can see what all this chair can do. So this is an example of the buttons that come on the carbon seats here. Your usual suspects. So we have the recline back, we have the recline forward, we have lumbar support as well as a headrest. Those are these buttons here, lumbar and headrest. Then you have a memory button. That's what the M is for. So if you have a certain seat you like to sit in and you always have it in your favorite position, you can save that so that when you click that button, you just go back to where you like to position yourself, and then you can reset it for somebody else, have they sat in your seat. And then we have our light switch button. Now this is what I like about the light. So you guys see right now that it's in a purple configuration. You can change not only the brightness of the color or turn it off completely, but you can press and hold it to change the color to something totally different. So maybe you want to go from green, this is a white kind of color. This color here is, let's see what comes next. There's a red color. What color's after that? There's back to green. So we have tons of different options, or you can just leave them off altogether. Here's blue. I personally like the purple. Here's a light blue color. I like the purple look. The purple look is probably the most prettiest color. Oh, there's the memory seats going. They're moving by themselves. They're preset right now. So that's a really nice feature to be able to have a memory seats, be able to configure your light switch, turn it on. The biggest complaint that I have about seats is that the lights are so bright in the dark that you can really see it when you watch the movie. For example, look at the wall there. You can even see it on the fridge over there, but you can dim that down so you're less distracting, or just turn it off altogether. Pretty smart, pretty clever. So check this out. This chair is just a few inches away from the wall here. But how Valencia does it is they allow you to put your chairs up against the wall in case you are limited on space. But I can move this thing pretty much all the way back. At first, when you start to recline the chair, it starts to come forward before it comes back. So the rest kicks out first, and then it goes back. So I'm able to put this almost all the way back here. Check that out. So that's fully, I gotta pull up just a little bit, but that is fully reclined now. And I'm just inches off the wall. So really easy on space. I'll put it back up so you can see how much distance off the wall it is when it's fully back into position. But that's not bad at all. To get fully reclined, you can be just a matter of inches off the wall. I don't ever recline that far back. And naturally in this seat, I noticed, compared to the other seats, this naturally has a pretty far incline how it sits. Usually seats sit up a little bit more upright. This actually has a pretty steep recline in its natural position, so you can probably just sit like this and have a good angle towards your television or your projector screen. And like I said, when you press the button, the first thing that happens is it drops the rest straight down before going back, but the feet come up. So I can stay in a pretty reclined position without ever moving my backrest. Now, one thing that I have found to be annoying immediately is the headrest in comparison to some of their other seats. So if I move the headrest, the first thing that it starts to do is tilts the top forward. And then if you keep pressing it, it then begins to raise up. So I wish that what it did was come out. It seems to just tilt the top downwards and then raise upwards. So I'm gonna keep pressing it here. But I wish that it came out more. I wish it moved my head a little bit more forward so that when I am laying down at a steeper incline, that it brought my head forward for me. It doesn't do that. So that is the only thing that I don't like about these seats, is how the headrest operates. Although it's a massive headrest, so no matter where you are, you're gonna have some support for your neck. But I do wish that it pushed your head out a little bit so that when you are laying down, it naturally tilts your head up just a little bit so that you can still watch TV in a comfortable position. But it's a minor nitpick. It may not be that big of a deal for anybody else, but it's something that I did notice. So installation on something like this is super easy. They come in two pieces. So this is the backrest, and then down here is the seat itself. And both the backrest and the chair itself have these connectors, and they're color coded, so it's impossible to get it wrong. So you're just going to plug in blue to blue, which one will be for the backrest power or the headrest power, and then the one will be for lumbar support as well, which is going to be this longer one here. So we're going to plug in blue to blue, red to red, snap it in, and then you can tuck them behind the seat. And then the last thing you have is power. Of course, you need power to get the lights on, to get the motorization functions going. So once you're plugged in, you can assemble the backrest, which is also really simple. There are two hinges here, and then on the backrest itself, there are some tabs that will click into place. So you just line the backrest up with the hinges, and you'll hear them click when they're actually in place. So I'm going to try to do that on camera for you. So I see one, we'll line that up, and I'll get this other one here, line it up, and there we go, when we're in. And it's just that simple. Alright, so they're in. They look fantastic. Some of the best looking seats that I've really ever seen. Again, the comfortableness is there. I like it. It fits the room well. These are some massive seats. My previous orientation, I had 3 seats in here. I had a sofa set plus one other seat in here. I was able to fit 3. I can fit these 2 in here, and it takes the same space as it did with 3. So these are some wide seats, so you definitely need some space, but they're very comfortable. Lumbar support is good. The headrest, you can get it around. Very plush as well, and soft. So I'm really happy with these. These are solid seats, guys, and I'm going to leave a link down below in the description so you guys can check them out for yourself. Again, this is a row of 2. You can get a row of 3, 4. You can get a sofa set of these, whatever you want to do. And if you have any old Valencia seats, their accessories still fit into these seats here. So this is the phone tray / tablet holder. Over there is one of their older trays. So their old accessories do fit in the seats too, so you don't have to worry about getting new ones if you already have some. But these are going to be in here for quite a while, and I think anybody who sees these will be blown away with just the aesthetics of them and how good they look and how good they feel. So again, thank you to Valencia for sending out the carbon seats for review. If you guys want to check them out, there will be a link below in the description. Thank you guys so much. Like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and we will see you in the next one. K-Pace Guy out. Peace.